Hi everyone, my name is Lucy and I'm part of the service expertise team. I will give you a few seconds so you can scan the QR code in order to ask your questions at the end of this talk. I would like to start this presentation with a number. 2 hours, that's the amount of time that employees spend every day looking for information. And in the HVAC industry, having centralized information and full traceability is even more important. So in this presentation, I will walk you through the key features Odoo has developed for that specific industry. So whether you're a client already using Odoo or a partner selling Odoo, you'll leave this talk knowing exactly what it does. But first, let me tell you a bit more about the sector. HVAC or HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, air conditioning. So as its name states, companies in that sector will maintain, install, and repair devices related to the heating of buildings, to its ventilation, and to its air conditioning. Why is it an important sector? Well, because it is directly impacted by the ecological transition. We have the EU Green Deal in Europe, and globally speaking, we're looking to have more and more sustainable installations. Furthermore, with climate change and global warming, more and more air conditioning systems are being installed, so there is no doubt that the growth opportunities in that sector are big for the coming years. But enough talking, let's go into the database. So in this database, I have installed the HVAC industry module. How to do that? So you can go to the applications here and go to industries, and this is where you'll find it. I'm first going to go to the product catalog. So I'll go to sales, products, and products. We see here that we already have 3 product categories configured. We have the devices, the maintenance, and the services. We will have a look at each one of those product categories. Let's go to the devices. So in here, what we will see is that the devices are tracked by serial number. This will be very important for the rest of this flow. If we go to the maintenance category, I'll take the refrigerant one. We see here that we have a specific checkbox for refrigerant products. I'll come back to it again later on in this presentation. And finally, if we go to the services category, I'll take the maintenance one. We see again that we have a specific checkbox, is maintenance or repair. So to recap, what is important in your product configuration? First of all, it's important to track your products by serial numbers. Then we have the is refrigerant checkbox for refrigerant products. And finally, we have a checkbox, is maintenance or repair. Now that we have seen the product configuration, let's dig into the first step of this flow. We would like to sell and install a device. So let's go back to the database. I will create here a quotation by clicking on New. I'm going to select my clients. So here I will take Claire, for example. And I could add my products individually, but in my case, if we go to the quotation template, we see that we already have some pre-configured quotation templates. I'm going to take the one for an installation of an air conditioning system. We see that by adding the quotation template, we have the different subsections that are already configured. We have the different products and some specific description. Once my quote is ready, I can send it to my client. We'll have this email template that we can change or not, and I will send the quote to my customer. Claire can decide to validate the quote online through the portal, or she can simply answer my email and say that everything is OK. So once everything is fine, I'm going to confirm my quotation in order to transform it into a sales order. When this is confirmed, we see that we have a few smart buttons that appeared. We'll have the task in order to plan the installation and the delivery with the product that I need to deliver. I will go here on my task, and we can have a look at it. On the task, we'll find back the client. We can click on View Itinerary in order to go to Claire's location. And we can also put an assignee and a planned date. In my case, I have some time today, so I'm going to take care of this installation and put the planned date for now. When I'm at Claire's place, I can start my timer in order to register my time. I will click on the Start button here. We will start doing the installation, and here I have a direct link to the product that I'm supposed to install. So I'm going to click on one product to pick up. We will find back the ARCO device, and here, when it is installed, I can click on Validate and come back on my task. When this is done, I can stop my timer and encode the time that it took me. In this case, it would take more than 15 minutes. I'm going to put here 3 hours. Then what we can do is fill in a worksheet. So I'm going to click on my worksheet button. From here, we see as well that we have already a pre-configured worksheet specifically for the HVAC industry. So I can choose the type of operation that it is. So here, in my case, it was an installation. I can specify the date, the refrigerant product. I will come back to it. And I have a conformity section where I can attest that the product is functional, add some comments, and add my signature. When it's done, I would like Claire to sign this report, so I can simply click on Sign Report. On this portal view, she will have access to the recap of the quotation, as well as the timesheet and the worksheet. So Claire can have a look at it, and she can sign the report online. I will go back to my task, and I will mark it as done. What is interesting to do from here is to go back on Claire's profile and go here to the lots and serial numbers section. We see that from this view, we have a new field that was added with the delivery date. This was added in order to manage the warranty period, because usually the warranty starts once the product has been delivered. We see as well that for now, the device is not under maintenance. Let me recap what we've seen here. During this first step, we've seen that there was 3 key features to keep in mind. First of all, we've used quotation templates in order to save time creating quotes. Then we've seen that we have some ready-to-use worksheets. And finally, we see that there was a specific field that was added on the serial number in order to manage the warranty period. Let's move on to step 2. We've seen that for now, there was no maintenance contract for my device. I'm now going to create that maintenance. So let's go back into the database. From the lot and serial number, we have a new button here called Maintenance. So I'm simply going to click on it. From here, I'm going to be creating a new subscription. So I'm going to be taking Claire again, and again, I can be using a pre-made quotation template in order to save some time. From here, I'm going to choose Maintenance. You see that automatically Odoo took the serial number that was assigned to Claire. Here it's important to the serial number is good enough because I could have several devices at various labels.
Make sure that what you have printed is readable by the scanner, and be smart in the way you stick different labels. Like you can use, for example, magnets or things like this if you know that the location could change or the product could change from place to another.
Yearly, so each year I will have an invoice that will be created for my customer.
So that was
again, here
for
I can send
category.
my quotes to Claire.
And then finally,
and she can decide to accept or not. In my case, I'm going to click on Confirm. When this is confirmed, again, I have a task that is created. Let's have a look at this task. On the task, what is very interesting is that we see that we have a recurrency that was set automatically. We see that this task will repeat every year with the same assignee and the planned date +1 for the year after. We also see that we have a new tab with the serials that was taken over. So in case Claire has several devices, the technician knows exactly which one he needs to maintain. Again, I'm going to do a bit of a speed-up process here. I'm going to assign myself to this maintenance task. put the plan date, and I'm going to start working on it once I'm at Claire's place. So I'm going to start my timer. I will start doing the maintenance. And whenever I'm done, I will stop my timer and log in my time. Let's say that this maintenance took 2 hours. When it's done, I can fill in my worksheet again. So I'm going to go on the worksheet button. I'm going to be indicating what time of operation I did, in my case, the maintenance. I'm going to be filling up my date. The product is functioning. And here, I'm going to add my signature. Again, I can go back on my task and make it signed by Claire. I'm going to click on the sign report. From here, Claire has, again, access to all the information and the different fields that were filled in for my worksheet. She's going to sign the report, and I'm going to go back to my task. When this is done, I'm going to mark my task as done. Here we see that once the task is marked as done, we have the second task that was triggered. We see it here in the recurrent task. So if I click on it, we see that this was today's task, and we see that the task for next year has been triggered with the same date. If we go back on Claire's profile, to the lots and serial numbers, we see now that the button turned green. We now have an active maintenance contract for that device. So if at some point Claire is calling me because she has an issue, I know that there is a contract ongoing with her. If we go on this tab, there is also a new smart button that was added here that is called Field Service. This will give you access to all of the different tasks related to that slot and serial number. So I can see when the installation took place, when was the last maintenance, and when will the maintenance take place. So very useful to have access to the full history of that device. Let's recap what we've seen. We've seen that for the second maintenance step, it is easy to create a subscription thanks to the maintenance product. Then we saw that we have a status check that will indicate you whether the device is maintained or not. So very easy to have access to that information. And finally, you'll have full traceability of the serial number thanks to the field service button that was added. Let's go to step 3. We need to perform a repair on that serial number. In my case, I'm going to create a quote again. I'll be selecting Claire, and as usual, I will take here my repair quotation template. In my case, I'm only providing an estimation of the time that it will take, and the real time will be invoiced afterwards. So I will add here my serial number, and Claire can decide to validate the quote or not. In my case, she will validate it immediately, so I'm just going to confirm it. The same way then for the maintenance, I have a task that is now triggered. Let's have a look at it. My serial number is taken over because I have indicated it on my quotation, and I can start working on it. I'm going to assign it to myself and take care of it today. I'll start working on the repair. I can decide to change a few parts or to invoice a few more products if needed. In order to do that, I'm going to click on the product button. From here, if I had to use some cleaner, well, I can simply add this into my task, and this will later on be added on the sales order. So I had to use one cleaner bottle. I'm going to stop my timer. This took actually a bit more time than needed, let's say 3 hours. I'm going to log my time, and I'm going to make the worksheet signed by Claire. So I'm first going to fill it in. I'm going to choose repair. I'm going to put today's date. I have here a specific section for repairs with the root cause. So I can indicate that this was a defect, root cause common, used cleaner. I'm going to certify that this product is functional, and I'm going to add my signature. When it's done, I will make Claire sign the report. She can again have access to the full recap, and she can decide to sign the report. In this case, we see that we have the unit price that is being displayed here, but if you do not want to display your unit price at the worksheet stage, you can decide to activate the new setting in the project setting called Hide Unit Price, and this will hide the prices that you see here. Claire will sign my quote, and I'm gonna go back to my task. When it's done, I will mark it as done, and of course, if we go back on Claire's profile, on the lots and serial numbers, in the field service, we see now that we have a fourth field service task that is appearing here. So again, I can see when it was installed, when the repair took place, when was the last maintenance, and when is the next maintenance coming. Let's recap. For this third step, we had a specific worksheet that was already configured. And again, we have full traceability thanks to the field service button. I would like to add a last comment on this. In the HVAC sector, we have refrigerant liquids that are highly regulated. Those are the liquids that you put in the airco systems. And they are highly regulated, so traceability of those liquids is very important. Well, in Odoo, we have decided to create a specific report for the traceability of those liquids. So you'll find it in the reporting section of the field service app, and you will be able to follow up how much of that specific liquid you have added, how much you have removed. How does it work? Well, you've seen that section in the worksheet report. So basically, whenever you fill in your worksheet, you're able to specify which refrigerant product you've used, how much you have removed, how much you have added, and this will fuel the refrigerant report that you've seen. So what do you need to remember from this presentation? We've seen that the HVAC industry module offers you ready-to-use demo data, such as products, product categories, quotation templates, and worksheets. But it doesn't stop there. On top of that, you will find 3 key features. The first one is full traceability. Thanks to the field service button on the lot number or the serial number, you'll be able to find back all the operations that took place on the device. The installation, the last maintenance, the next maintenance, and even repairs. So very easy to see what's the history on that serial number. Then we've seen that we have a specific status check that allows you to easily see if that serial number is under a maintenance contract or not. And finally, we've seen that we have a specific report for the traceability of refrigerant products. So today's presentation focused on the HVAC sector, but actually there are other professions where traceability is very important. For example, security system installers. So actually, whether you're in the HVAC industry or any other industry where traceability matters, this module will give you the right tool in order to work faster and with full traceability. So the next step is simple: explore it, test it, and see how it can transform your day-to-day work. Thank you.
We only have one question so far, and the question is, can you add pictures in the repair report to send it later to the customer?
Yeah, so basically here the worksheet was already pre-configured, but you of course have the flexibility to add more fields, and you have a picture fields that you can add. You can add a few fields if you need different pictures.
Okay, seems like there are no more questions for question is coming. Can you track GPS in terms of the location, I guess, for the repair report, where it's done and so on? Like the location of the workers?
Mm-hmm. So there is a new feature in Odoo 19 where you can basically activate geolocation. So this happens in the settings of the project. And so whenever the technician will start the timer, it will log a note in the chatter with his GPS coordinates. And when he stops the timer, it will also log a note there. So it's not real-time geolocation, but you still have the location at two precise points. Here, I didn't activate it, but you can do it in the settings of the project.
How accurate can it be, the location of the worker? Let's say I have 10 workers working in the same building but on different floors. But I guess that's depending on the GPS tracker rather than on
it will be hard, I think, to track the floor exactly, to be tested, but the floor itself, I think that's going to be hard.
And then the last question is being written. When would you use worksheets rather than field service?
I'm not sure that's very clear. So basically the worksheets are part of the field service app. So usually you use field service with the worksheets. Okay. So it's not two opposing features, it's really, you use them together.
Okay.
So maybe we can clarify that. If there's something you didn't understand, you can come at the service booth so we can have a deeper look.
Okay, perfect. No more questions then.
Thank
you very much.